Our channel here with my Star Wars The Last Jedi, the most hated movie in the Star Wars universe. Also loved in the Star Wars universe, and people calling it the best movie since The Return of the Jedi or Empire Strikes Back. And you guys need to hold on that because it's just an okay bad movie. I did a review about it. Saw it in a packed theater with a bunch of Star Wars fans. Judgment was because I was in a packed theater and the way everybody was reacting to the movie. But I didn't tell you a lot in that review because I didn't want to spoil that at the time. But a lot of people who were in the theater with me that first time were like bitching and complaining, and the way that Luke died in the movie was just wrong, and people were just mad and booing and cussing and saying that's not the way Luke should go, and Luke should have went out heroically, or Luke should have never died in the first place. And he should have been, extended until episode 9. That's literally the thing why I think a lot of fans are pissed off, but I think it's just because of the story. And, you add on characters, Rey and Finn are great. Kylo, I like some stuff here, but I saw it a second time on a Wednesday. I'm doing this video now on Christmas Eve night. I can't sleep, and I just want to get it out of the way because I'm watching all these videos on YouTube. These these Star Wars fans are pissed. They're mad. They're ranting. And I kind of understand them. I did enjoy the movie. I did enjoy the battle sequences and the lightsaber scenes. But watching the film again, the stuff that's going on with Mark Hamill not liking the movie, and Rian Johnson took Luke Skywalker in a different direction. He made him just like a guy who doesn't care. He said the Jedi has to say the Jedi has to end. And Luke Skywalker would never do this. He would never do that. He always would help someone. He never acted like that because Jedis were never like that. He changed them because he wanted to be darker and different. And he wasn't given, and I think Rian Johnson was given freedom to do what he wanted. And I don't think Kathleen Kennedy came in or Disney said anything. The only thing they probably jumped in on was to add creatures in here that we can sell at the Disney store, like the porks. And there's a lot of things. Scenes in Cantu and the casino with, Finn and Rose and, DJ. Played by Benicio del Toro. His character was just literally, I don't know why. And he wasn't true. It was just a guy there, trying to, help them out and gather information. And that was a pointless scene. And seeing it again, I literally was yawning again. Like, and I did that in my review of The Last Jedi. And I had to go through that again. And it just got worse and worse watching that scene. And then we would go away with Rey and Luke and, training Rey, and he's trying to tell Rey these certain things. But then watching all the stuff that Mark Hamill had to go through with Rian Johnson and the direction, I started to feel more sad and angry what they did to Luke Skywalker. And making Mark Hamill feel the way he had to do when he had to work every day on that set. And watching YouTube videos of him being cringy next to Rian Johnson or explaining why Rian had to take it. He argued with Rian Johnson about why is Luke Skywalker this way. He shouldn't be that way. And it's the way he looked at him because Rian Johnson really didn't care about Luke Skywalker in this movie. They wanted him in there, so it gave the fans all riled up that Luke's in the movie, and then he goes out. Not in a blaze of glory. He goes out like in a blaze of hot bag of shit and just dies. And they don't even have him for episode 9. Poe Dameron, I like the stuff with him because I'm like Poe Dameron in real life. I don't take shit from nobody and I do this and that. And I started to notice that even watching that, like he was like not used that much in the film. Laura Dern's character is more bad here. She's like a bitch bashing, and I loved parts of the film and I didn't love other parts. What they did to Luke Skywalker and what Mark Hamill had to go through filming that. And him saying his piece, and Disney and Lucasfilm don't want him saying anything. Because you already know that at the end of episode 9, you're probably going to see a ghost hologram of Luke and Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, probably played by Ewan McGregor. Because I think JJ now has a responsibility, and you don't even think that, the JJ Abrams right now is sitting at home hearing all these criticisms and probably watching these rants. He has the opportunity to fix what Rian Johnson did wrong. But we'll see in 2019. Lucky enough, 2019 will be episode 9. Was Star Wars The Last Jedi the most hated movie in the Star Wars universe? Yes, by Star Wars fans. Hardcore. And then people on comments on Facebook or Twitter calling the fanboys don't know what they're talking about. They don't have no taste. They just love the old films. It's because probably you didn't grow up watching them. These are new fans who just became fans because of The Force Awakens. And I hear people don't want to watch the original films from the late 70s and 80s because they're not like the new ones or the prequels. I'm like, defend anything. If you grew up watching the prequels, I got no problem with that. I did not like episode 1 or 2. I like Revenge of the Sith. I love episode 3. I don't condone what people say, but people have the right to say what they want. And I'm not fighting here. If you loved The Last Jedi, enjoyed it the second time or third time around, that's great. But I really just didn't enjoy it because of everything that was going on. And having that mindset when you're going back into a movie to see it again. And hearing what went on with Mark Hamill and the way Luke Skywalker was treated. Sorry for that. Someone that I grew up watching and wanted to be Luke Skywalker as a kid. My mom's broomstick. And trying to make it a lightsaber. And just, fan it around or trying to use it. 3 heroes growing up as a kid. Chuck Norris. John McClane from Die Hard. And I had Luke Skywalker, dude. Crazy. But then seeing your childhood hero get treated the way he was, like shit. The Last Jedi. And probably we should have known that title, The Last Jedi. Probably should have called it Star Wars The Death of the Last Jedi. Luke was really the true Jedi. Kylo Ren's not a Jedi. Is Rey going to be the Jedi? The way that Rey and Kylo are now working together, and the way Kylo Ren, killed Snoke. The way Leia, got blasted, and, she was floating and moving like the Force, which was very, like, the worst thing. I know that she can feel Luke, and she can feel the pain when Kylo killed, Han, and she felt it. I thought she had that, but I know she had other stuff. But it's just like when you watch the film a second time, and I probably won't watch it again. I'll probably pick up the Blu-ray and put it in my collection, but it's a hard one, and I don't hate it. I don't love it. It's in between. It's in the middle, and it definitely will not make my top 10 best movies of 2017. Hey guys, I just wanted to make this video. The Last Jedi, the most hated or most loved film of Star Wars universe. And I'm not bringing debates. If you're going to leave a comment, tell me what you loved about it and tell me what you hated about it. But don't, destroy me in the comments. Don't do that, because I have the right to say what I want. And there's everybody on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere who loved it, overhyped, did not give it justice. And then you got these critics out here who loved it, but the audiences hated it. And you're talking about a Rotten Tomato score or an audience score. Like, you let people do what you want. I love the Justice League so much. Even though it had problems. That is going to make my top 10 best movies of the year. But I love that film. Critics hated it. They loved The Last Jedi. For me, it's like something you grew up watching. And you love it with a passion. You have the right to say what you feel. And what you hate about The Last Jedi. Or what you hated about The Force Awakens. Or you hated about the prequels. Like I said, I didn't like Phantom Menace or Attack of the Clones. I think those movies were just long and boring. Too much heavy on special effects. And then George Lucas comes back and takes a break. And actually tells a story in Revenge of the Sith. And I enjoyed that. And sometimes I wish that George Lucas never sold Star Wars to Disney. When Disney got their hands on Star Wars, that's when you knew things were going down. I liked Rogue One. I like Rogue One. Rogue One had issues, yes. But I enjoyed it. Looking forward to the Han Solo movie? Not really. With everything happening with Ron Howard taking over and doing a lot of reshooting because of what the guys who directed 21 Jump Street were making it more funny. So right now, Disney is in the game of making the cash, the green. Selling merchandising, making money. And that's what it is. If you love Star Wars The Last Jedi, give me a thumbs up in the video. If you hated Star Wars The Last Jedi, give the video a thumbs down. Then I know who loved it and hated it. But like I said, don't rip me a new one because that's just me. Everybody has different tastes. And if you love The Last Jedi, great. But don't call it best movie right up there with, Return of the Jedi or The Empire Strikes Back. Don't do that. Because if that's what you're going to say or you're going to do, then that's fine. But don't say that movie's better because it's not. I love The Empire Strikes Back. That's my number 1. My number 2 is Return of the Jedi. Number 3 is A New Hope. 4 is Revenge of the Sith. I got Force Awakens at 5. I put The Last Jedi 6. Clones is 7. And Phantom Menace is 9. Yeah, guys, I just wanted to make this video and to just say that there's voices out there, and J.J. Abrams is watching this video or anybody's video. Dude, you got time? Please correct things, fix things, make things make sense. Because Rian Johnson completely just wiped out everything that you did in your movie, and he didn't care. Now you have the opportunity to fix things. You can make your Star Trek movie good, and I enjoyed that movie. That movie was so good. Try making that with episode 9. Alright guys, so leave me a comment letting me know what you loved and hated about The Last Jedi. Be honest. Leave it in the comments down below. Anybody who loved The Last Jedi, leave your comment down below. And I'm probably going to read like people fighting and what they loved or hated about the movie. But just leave your comments. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed The Last Jedi. Or give the video a thumbs down if you hated The Last Jedi, so I know who loved it and hated it. Subscribe to my channel. I am the BLU-RAY Lover channel. Share the video as well. And don't forget to hit my post notifications bell. Once you hit that, you get all my new videos once they're uploaded. Alright guys. I'll catch you guys next time.